Hello everybody, JaffaArchfiend here, and well, we're now on to the next part of the Omicron questline here in Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. And another question. Oh god, we're teaming up with the Aya this time around? Not what I was expecting. Okay. Greetings, Jaffa. This unit commends your fulfillment of objectives relating to the care and feeding of Grebulith customers. Pescatarian menu items in particular have met with high approval ratings. Current mission is proceeding, as audio records indicate your people would say, swimmingly. Ha ha ha. We've learned much from the Corellians and Grebuliths, and the last Dregs is now the site of joyful cultural exchange. Don't take our word for it. Come and see. Oh! See, that's who I was expecting to see. He's so cute! We should keep an eye on that one. They've already polished off 3 bowls of soup today. Well-fed Grebuliths provide important mission data. Soup-related sacrifices must be made. Oh-ho, you like making customers happy. Admit it. Or, this unit merely acknowledges customer satisfaction as more conducive to mission objectives than mutual hostility. Speaking of which, Patron 005 and Patron 006 should be closely monitored. Try to change the subject on me. Wait, who are Patron 005 and 006? The Ruby Boys! The ones with a literal death wish. Hail, newcom patrons. I, Gemaway, would like to personally welcome you to the last Dregs. Can you tell me a bit about your home star? Analyzing metaphysical waveform. Nihilism protocols activated. Beep. 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 It has shared in our truth and shed the shelf. This is well. Shed the self. This is well. The universe too is finite. Only in death when we embrace true infinity. Did you just assassinate my barista? Why would you do that? Situational analysis complete. New customers are of the Nibiruns civilization. This society eliminated concepts deemed unpleasant by organic life forms such as war and death. In so doing, individuals attained physical immortality in a state of unified comprehension. Their protections were insufficient, however. The Nibiruns people only realized that the elimination of strife would similarly destroy their sources of joy when it was too late. At that point, they jointly decided it would be preferable to return to non-existence. Pardon this unit for a moment. Halting shutdown processes. Troubleshooter initialized. Repair features and self-determination algorithm restored. Basically turn it on and off again. Why have you returned this being to the finite? The golden mercy of Ra'Lah was so close at hand. Sweet mothers are terrifying. Cultural exchange be damned. We can't let them near the other patrons. On the contrary, this unit believes their exposure to other civilizations may benefit these customers and invites them to tour the local simulation of dead worlds. To be certain, the nature of other civilizations is a long-held curiosity of ours. It may be interesting to discuss their inherent futility. Okay, that explains the Aya. Good God, you lot are going to get along like a house on fire. That is, the spirit. All societies in Ultima Thule are subject to unique manifestations of despair, so this unit recommends comparing each to the tragic perfection of the Nibiruns. We are in favor. To arrive at a philosophical resonance with such beings will fill much time before blessed obliteration. Good Lord. What the hells? I hope you have a plan to prevent this place from falling to despair. I'm just gonna go, what the hells? You You have already demonstrated to the peoples of Ultima Thule that despair can be overcome. Projections indicate that, once restored, hope is not so easily extinguished. So you think they'll be able to help each other, like you saved M104 just now? I suppose you'd be glad that they took you up on it. Those Nibiruns make my fur stand on end. I don't want them anywhere near Elysion. That's a very good point. Let's not let them anywhere near there until hope gets into their heads. It would be nice if we could cure them of their ennui, at least, of course, but I cannot see how. The Nibiruns are the last dead civilization with sufficient data for replication. Should it prove impossible to turn them into satisfied customers, the probability of further developments on Elysion is low. Ooh, that is frustrating. Why must they be so much scarier than the other two? I retract my complaints about our soup budget. Speaking of, I think they want more soup. Well, what if we invite patrons from other civilizations instead? The Aya, for instance. There's no reason we have to build all our own customers, and they seem rather thoughtful. At the very least, it would make good practice in philosophical debate. This unit cannot guarantee that any amount of practice would prepare you to treat with a Nibiruns. Oh, excuse me. Early morning shift. However, it agrees that inviting local life forms to the last dregs would be good for business. Right, except they don't feed on, food and drink. They just feed on ether. Or in this place's case, dynamis. I don't think this is going to work. If anything, these guys are more in tune with the Nibiruns than anyone else, really. Good God, the Nibiruns meeting these guys is going to be an absolute field day. I probably should have asked beforehand, but do AI have mouths? That seems a rather important detail in this context. They do not. They don't even have a stomach. They don't have any internal organs. Current objective. Convince prospective AI patrons of the desirability of last dreg sustenance. Last drug sustenance. We'll search for potential customers in this vicinity. Could you ask around at the scary stone circle where everyone stares at the sky? Thanks in advance. Yeah, I think I know the one. A venue for replenishment and discourse, you say? We once visited similar establishments. They memorialized today through the existence of our restaurant, where we traditionalists gather to restore our ether and vent our petty miseries upon one another. Your civilization is young, so perhaps you do not yet understand that one such location is more than enough. Even the most transcendent minds can only withstand so much vacuous discourse. Wow. Sophistic, yeah. Oh great, we're gonna get some sophistry here. The corporeal beings derive meaning from patronizing this cafe, you say? Felicitations. Personally, I have long since parted from such material concerns in favor of staying contemplatively into the abyss. To begin chasing hopes and dreams now would betray my very principles. Okay. What is your report? One would think they could at least show a bit of respect to you, of all people, out of self-preservation, if not else. The probability of further developments on Elysion is now infinitesimal. No, I refuse to give up. Their terrible attitudes are all the more reason to make them see the light. Between the three of us, we will get them to enjoy themselves. Implicit threat acknowledged. Initializing joint operation protocols. However, this unit also must acknowledge the non-zero probability of failure. In such a scenario, the odds of ever securing the patronage of the Aya and Nibiruns must be revised to hopeless. Projections indicate that the business may not survive this outcome. You're as bad as they are sometimes, you know that. Jaffa, you mentioned the Aya once offered you food, did you not? So they don't consider themselves beyond the concept of our past. There must be a way to build on that to make them understand. Oh, this is going to be a long day. Their version of food is ether. But there is, you know, basically no ether here, kind of. Analyze their thought patterns. Yeah, this is not going to work out well. Ugh. You interrupt my staring once again. Curious, is this a physical compulsion? No, we're simply seeking an enlightened opinion. You seem very focused, so surely none would be better suited to answer a few questions. I suppose that would be within the bounds of my principles, and as time is inherently meaningless, you will not cost me what might otherwise have mattered. Pray wait a moment, and I will see if other rationally minded individuals are interested in this diversion. Huzzah! I leave the debating to you. See if you can stimulate their inquiring minds enough to draw them to the cafe. Wait, what? Objective: choose the appropriate phrases to generate interest in the last dregs. As the resulting pontification may take several minutes, you may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registers. Oh, great. Attempt to stimulate the Aya. Okay, this is going to go horribly. Let's see if we can find the correct answers here, shall we? Oh, boy. Before pontification. All right. Truly, there is not like a rousing examination to take one's mind off the ceaseless torment of existence. Should we start with 350,173 questions or so, as is customary? No. I think 350,000. I was thinking more in the neighborhood of 3. I see that in my cognitive agitation, I neglected to account for your base intellects. Carry on with your paltry queries, then. Do you have an interest in gustatory sensations? We long ago abandoned the pursuit of gustatory sensations. Though we yet consume ethers to sustain ourselves, we do not experience any particular sensation beyond the satiation of hunger. This is perfectly sufficient, though I am curious. You indicated that many beings gather to consume sustenance at your cafe. Do these beings experience gustatory sensations in unison? Does this not confuse and upset them? Quite the opposite. Taste is key to customer satisfaction, and our customers are very satisfied, I assure you. Curiosity detected. This unit concludes that your question piques their interest. The diminutive being suggests that gustatory sensations are our primary consideration for your establishment. Biologically, however, these are not more than a secondary mechanism to prevent primitive organisms from starving to death. Explain this contradiction. Biology is not the only determinant of a good life, you know. Perhaps to truly comprehend our argument requires tasting for yourselves. Perhaps. It is conceivable that, having dispensed with our corporeal vessels, a prolonged absence of sensations experienced by way of the nervous system has limited our imaginations to a degree. If only we had possessed the forethought to record our gustatory perceptions for posterity. An unfortunate oversight, to be certain. Yet not an insurmountable one. If you were to visit the last dregs, we could help you reclaim some of the knowledge that was lost. Enticement detected. This unit proposes following this conversational trajectory to its natural terminus. Though I acknowledge that there is some logic to your argument, we are perhaps at an impasse given our form's lack of physicality. Nevertheless, I am curious as to what manner of taste you would present us with had we gustatory organs. The best taste in all of Ultima Thule, nay, the universe. A taste of your former lives as corporeal beings, perhaps. Indeed, it is rational to assume that as corporeal beings with unique gustatory organs, we too once found certain sensations particularly stimulating. If your cafe is capable of providing knowledge of such long-lasting sensations, we would welcome the experience. If anyone can do it, we can. We've served a variety of civilizations already, with great success, I might add. I think we've reached the right answers. Whew. Operational success imminent. Allied units must remain engaging for critical final phase. Oh, for the love of it, there's another one to go through! The preparation of historically accurate sustenance will be no simple task, yet the hirsute being insists on accomplishing it. Is this compulsion intrinsically or extrinsically motivated? These options! It's like, it is our deepest and most heartfelt desire to see hope restored to the universe. My journal does suggest that making you happy will progress my current quest. I don't think the second was the right answer here for the snark, so go with that one. How very primitive of you. Very well, I'm convinced that your establishment will offer an authentic experience of the shackles of the flesh. Heartfelt, it says. How charmingly irrational. Nary a mention of the tangible impact our hope would have on the surrounding dynamis. There are those too, of course, but most of all, what we want is for our patrons to enjoy themselves. This unit does not disagree with the assessment of organic life forms as primitive, though it is rich in irony given the irrationality on display at present. That makes me wonder, what do the Aya think of the Omicrons? In any case, mission objective complete. Allied units' performance will be logged as optimal. Now we just need to have them meet the Nibiruns. We said that you indeed had few questions. When will we partake in sensory experiences? Well, first we will need to prepare a full course for gustatory experimentation. Experimentation, you say? That sounds most agreeable. If this unit is suggested, it would be make a suitable medium. Excuse me, what? Clarification. Oh, I quite agree. No one's tasted more taste than the intrepid Jaffa. His palate is refined, his bravery unmatched. He will be the perfect candidate to try any and all dishes we prepare. Then you need only scan and transmit the sensory perception data to the Aya's consciousness. I'm sorry, am I going to have to buffet? Right, at least that's some clarification. I thought you meant something else very much entirely here, buddy. I thought you were suggesting to possess me. Not having that do again. Right, well, time for an eating contest, I suppose. It is unclear at present what their people may have eaten in their corporeal days, but we can begin by finding out what sort of taste they enjoy, then refine the recipe from there. Regardless, we shall need to fire up the ovens immediately. Last I checked our inventory, the kitchens were well stocked with vegetables, fish, and Charlene cookbooks. The probability that the Aya's historical tide was identical to that of the life forms of Aetheris is astronomically low. This unit proposes incorporating ingredients from other worlds as well, scanning and flavorsome category for ingredient data. I want that. Calcite deposits near the ship Ragnarok may contain mineral content suitable for use as an additive. Data indicates that organic life forms love additives. I mean, you're not wrong. Oh god, I spot one of them there. I need to. Don't hesitate to taste test in the field. Remaining allied units should proceed to the last Dregs for recipe analysis. This unit will answer any further customer questions. Alright, Nibiruns, where are you? I saw you a second ago. Are you still over there? No, they've moved. They're not there. They were there during the cinematic, but I think that was only during the cinematic. Okay. I'm sorry, have you got that? Is that what we get? Okay. I need to get this done now. So the Nibiruns are hiding around somewhere during the whole thing. That's going to take a bit of a flight. Teleport to Rayatara. Oh, no, I need to hold still before I can teleport. You look so pretty. Alright, let's go get these desired additives then. Stellar magnesium. Hopefully this is not a seasoning in the same sense that machine oil is a meal. Yeah, let's hope so. That should do. There lies do do but do 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 bum, bum. They have thus far asked 81,120 questions. This unit can feel the last remnant of its patience slipping. Oh my god. A timely rescue. Chemical composition of ingredients within expected parameters. Then let the experimentation begin. Oh boy. Time to chow down. Ooh, not half bad if I do say so myself. Dig in. So that looks lovely. That's spaghetti, spaghetti bolognese, hamburger, and a fish. You're supposed to chop off the head, but hey ho. Initializing progressive scan of gustatory inputs. Alright. Time to get munching. Perfectly ordinary pasta. It looks lovely. The pasta is not unlike that of a Theris, although the otherworldly flavor adds a tang of complexity. As for the Ea, surely any gluten-tolerant life form enjoys a massive bowl of carbohydrates. The seemingly innocuous hamburger. You are struck with a sudden certainty that Jamway either borrowed or stole this recipe from The Last Stand, although the locally sourced flavouring adds an unexpected spiciness to the medium-rare meat aside. Your tongue is now tingly. And now the vaguely terrifying fish. Was that fish staring into your soul just now? Hopefully not. In any case, its pallid flesh must have thoroughly absorbed the added alien flavor. You certainly tasted something. Gustatory data received. Transmitting to patron 007 and patron 008. So these are the flavors of which you speak. Thank you for helpfully categorizing each as sweet, salty, sour, bitter, or savory. I fear I am quite overcome by the medley. It is impossible to say whether the sensory assault is identical to what I might have once felt when consuming sustenance, yet it is a useful reference to ruminate upon nevertheless. It is well worth the effort in my book. Tell me, did any of the dishes strike you as particularly enjoyable? That's got their thinking heads on. The first stimulated in a pleasing fashion. How was this flavour derived? That was flavoured with local ingredients harvested by Jaffa, garnished with powdered miracle shrimp, a type of crustacean the Gerbiloffs are farming in Elysion. Pulverized crustaceans! The nature of gustatory sensations is inscrutable indeed. We found these ones pleasing perhaps indicates that we too once consumed mutilated decapods. I cannot imagine why we would have left that behind. I am grateful to have even simulated the experience. And there we have it. Do you think this would be enough to bring about more changes to Elysion? Inconclusive. This unit proposes that allied units ascend to scan for signs of change. I'm keeping an eye out for where the hell the Nibiruns are at. They're just kind of lurking around somewhere. Speak of the devils. Sigma 4 confirms that alterations have occurred. Let us proceed with the scan. Oh? What's happened? Oh! We got an Aya zone. Interesting. Oh, floaty jellyfish! Oh. Okay. And that's an interesting feature. These creatures certainly weren't here before. Where are they? They put me in mind if there's a jellyfish. No results found in database. Furthermore, these life forms differ from the simulations on Ultima Thule on a molecular level. You mean a new species has been born? Here? Is it so illogical? Elysion's climate is suitable for the growth of complex vegetation, and a significant portion of its surface is occupied by sea. Many life forms have arisen from similar environments. This unit would venture that under these conditions, the Aya's yearning for a corporeal past were sufficient to cause dynamites to coalesce as organic life. New life. And it is adorable! Me? Purple. And such a very adorable life you are. Yes, you are. And we get to ride around in it. Like unto newborn babes, or so I assume. Eons have passed since we have held a child. Yet it is not conceivable that some part of us remembers. If these creatures arose from our fondness for the past, they may indeed be the nascent forms mentioned on our ancient records. I do see a certain resemblance. Would you like to give these little ones a name, then? We lost the meaning to our names long ago, leaving us only the simple phonemic system we now employ for individuals. The suggestion that we might impart the significance of these children via nomenclature is depressingly ludicrous. Nevertheless, we shall call them Mimizv, a peculiar name to share, perhaps, but one we may find the meaning in together. I cannot spell that to save my life, but it sounds lovely. I should like to remain with the Mimizv for a time. They doubtless know much of gustatory sensation and other such facets of corporeality. They're just so cute. We've created new life. In serving as our guardians, we may yet reclaim some of what was lost. New life has arisen from the Aya's longing. Nurture and protect the Mumias, for they have much to share. There is yet room for Elysion to grow and change. What other hopes will the power of Dynamis bring to life? Okay. With that in mind, could we be seeing the dragons next? It'll be a great deal more difficult to focus with those creatures about. They're so wibbly-wobbly. This unit requests you contain yourself. Energy levels are already low due to patrons' ceaseless querying. However, this unit does admit to curiosity regarding the new life forms. Though it is plausible that the Mumias share data with the Aya's genetic memory, possibilities for their development are infinite. This differentiates them from other Dynamis-based life forms. Or maybe they're just one more indication that you lot aren't doomed after all. This place was built for endings, it's true, but we've seen many a beginning. Let's keep that trend going, shall we? Affirmative. Our mission remains one constant among many variables. We are now respected with the last dregs. Alright, let's see what the new loot is. Oh, vending unit. Okay, so at respected, you can get Illumini. This floating ball of fleshy horrors modeled after an Aya who failed to regain corporeality? What? Okay. A Stigma 4 product manufactured as a warning for those Aya who might rush into attaining a fleshy vessel before properly recalling the shape of their corporeal form. For those yearning to experience the taste of ice cream, however, the reward may be worth the risks. Oh, what I would not give to don proper fleshy remnants once more before I pass into the void. Okay, that is... that is just weird. What happens if we poke it? Okay, nothing. Beckon. Doesn't seem to do anything there. Pet. Oh, okay. So it does that when you pet it. Okay, it turns into a... okay, I'm just going to go to a different angle. And, pet. So you can see it do that again. Okay, it turns into one of the little sword things. Okay. And that is it for the quest at the moment. So the next... good god. 990 now to go from respected to next rank. So... that's going to be, well, at 60 rep each time. 990 divided by 60... so it's going to be 16 and a half quests, so about 17 quests. Divide that by 3 each day. So about 6 days. So that will be... including today with these 3 quests here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So next Thursday. So you'll see this video on Friday. On Friday probably because work. Oh well. Until then, JaffaArchfiend out.